Today, we're going to talk about the value of simplifying your positioning around one clear promise. Because the ability to clearly communicate what you do can be surprisingly challenging. We all know in our own heads what we do because we experience the day-to-day workings of our business. But communicating that clearly to someone you've just met, that can be a completely different story. Now, I've been in business for the last decade and in the brand building niche for 15 years. And it took me until now, after years of deep reflection and working on the systems for my own business, to be able to articulate my offering in a way that's clear and simple. And here's why this matters so much. When your positioning is unclear, everything else becomes more difficult. Your marketing becomes scattered, your sales conversations convoluted, and potential customers walk away feeling confused rather than convinced. And one of the biggest reasons why it was challenging for me to articulate my business was because I wasn't clear on what my offering was. It was too complicated. I was trying to solve too many problems, create too many deliverables. My approach was way too broad. Trying to be everything to everyone in the realm of brand building and design was too big a promise to keep. I was working with B2B clients with complex businesses and helping them to build their brand from the ground up. That's a pretty big endeavor. There's a lot of moving parts. People would ask, oh, so you build websites or design logos, create social content, build out marketing campaigns? And the answer would be, well, yes, but. And that just introduces so much potential complexity to your services. Now, you might feel like the opportunity is being able to serve all of those areas. But that's just not the case. Like I say, it took me 15 years in this field to clearly understand this and be able to understand the value of a simple offering, the value of a clearly defined positioning and how you serve others. So let me share how I now clearly articulate what I do. I help business owners to build personal brands by turning their expertise into consistent brand-aligned content. That's it. And I've distilled how I provide value into 3 ways. One is through creating videos, just like this. The second is delivering through a weekly newsletter. And those are my 2 low-touch scenarios. The one key way that I work directly with clients is through my 8-week brand bootcamp, where I help people implement my insight architecture system for themselves. That's it. Simple and focused. By taking the time to simplify your offering, you create so many benefits for both yourself and your customers. So here are some of the most important ones. First, your communications become much easier. When someone asks what you do, you can answer in one clear sentence that they'll understand and remember. No more rambling, no more meandering explanations. No more confused looks. Second, your decision-making becomes more focused. When you know exactly what you do and who you serve, it becomes much easier to determine which opportunities to pursue and which to decline. Third, you attract better aligned customers. When your positioning is crystal clear, the right people self-select into conversations with you. The people who don't need what you offer will recognize that quickly, saving everyone's time. Fourth, you can actually deliver more value. By focusing your expertise on solving a specific problem really well, rather than trying to solve many problems well enough, you provide a deeper level of transformation for your customers. And these are 4 very significant improvements. So let's look at how you can apply this to your own business. to your specific situation. Start by carving out dedicated time for brand and business reflection. This isn't something you can figure out in a 15-minute brainstorming session between meetings. It requires deep thought and consideration. And ask yourself these 3 questions. Who exactly do I serve best? What specific problem do I solve for them? And how do I deliver that solution in the simplest possible way? Because remember, simplifying doesn't mean limiting your potential. My target audience includes business owners across many different areas, from consultants to personal trainers to accountants to naturopathic doctors. The common thread is that they all have expertise they want to share. What's concise is how I help them do that. This process of simplification is a lot like carving a sculpture. You're not building something up, but rather chiseling away everything that's unnecessary to reveal the sculpture within. And it takes significant time, energy, and effort to carve away all the unnecessary distractions and reveal that beautiful, focused offering. But the outcome of this work is transformative. And I know that's a big word, but it's true. Your workday becomes more enjoyable because you're working with customers that are a great fit. Testimonials become stronger because you're delivering exactly what you promised. And you become a much healthier, happier business owner because you're enjoying the process. Because when we go back to what matters most, time is absolutely our most valuable asset. And all the time that you spend within your business should be enjoyable, or at least most of it. So let's recap the key points we've covered today. First, a clear, simple positioning statement is essential for effective communication. Second, defining your target audience doesn't limit your opportunities. It actually expands them by allowing you to provide more value to those you serve. And third, simplifying your offering requires dedicated reflection time to chisel away the unnecessary elements. So, take the time to simplify your positioning, define your target audience, and clearly articulate your value. Because you'll find it so much easier to attract the right customers when you build your business around one clear promise. And as always, thank you for listening. If you found this topic valuable, leave a comment down below. If someone you know could benefit from this video, share it with them. And if you're ready to turn your expertise into consistent brand-aligned content, visit remotebrand.com to discover how I can help.